So, hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're doing my December wrap up, and yep, it's just really crazy. It's a new year. We are wrapping up the last month. I actually did pretty good. I read 9 books. I was in this, I don't know, this physical reading slump, so I had like really difficulties to get through books. But I got through 9. Some of them were audiobooks, but overall it went really well. So let's just talk about them. I'm trying not to talk too much just because, yeah. I usually try and talk more about my feelings in my reading vlogs. But let's just start. So the first book I read was Mockingjay. This is the last book in the Hunger Games, and the reason why I read is I just needed something comforting, something that I could get through pretty quickly and just, be calm about it. So Mockingjay, it's the last book in the Hunger Games, and the Hunger Games is basically about Katniss Everdeen. She lives in District 12, in this world where the world is like separated into different districts, and they are all surrounding a capital. And District 12 is the poorest one, and basically years ago there used to be 13 districts, but number 13 was wiped out during a rebellion, and then the capital decided to kind of make a remembrance on kind of what they can do. So they decided to basically make the Hunger Games. Then each district need to pick out one boy and one girl between 12 and 18 to basically be sent to the capital, be trained, and then basically be set into an arena where they fight for their death until one is left. And I give it 5 stars. I know there are some, trouble with this book. They are not the best books, but overall, I just really, really liked this book. I just really love this book and this series, and it's just, for me, it's just a comfort read. And that is basically why I keep on rereading this. This is just like easy, and it's just not that I need to focus too much on it. Then I read The Wild Air, and this is kind of the second book in this series by Karina Halley, and this is basically the Norwegian prince. And this is Prince Magnus, and basically he does something stupid, and kind of he's the next king, so they need to figure out a way to kind of make his appearance better. So they decided to kind of let him meet this girl, a princess from, I don't remember where she's from, but basically it's kind of an arranged marriage type of thing, and it's those two. I get 4 stars. I liked it much more than the first one, and overall it was really good, and I can't wait to continue on with this series. It's kind of just getting better and better. So overall really enjoyed it. I liked the 2 main characters, and I also really love that it's set in Norway, And then we have, wait for it, And in this one, we are following this woman, and she basically has custody of her two, is it nephews? And basically she inherited them in kind of the worst way possible. And basically she meets her neighbor, and it's a love story between those two. So Mariana Zapata book, it's slow burn, you know. I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's not like my favorite book by her, but overall I really enjoyed it. And yeah. Then I read the 5th season, and this book is really difficult to kind of explain. It's basically about the world, and it has different seasons, and kind of the 5th season kind of ruins everything almost. It's just really difficult to describe. We're basically following different people. One of them is like looking for her child, and yeah, it's just a really complex book that I feel like you are either going to hate or really love. I actually really enjoyed it. I give it 5 stars. I read this in like maybe a day or two. So for me, I really love this. I can't wait to continue on with this series and see where it's going to end, because wow, it was really good. And you know, the point of views that you get in the book is like really complex, and you kind of need, as the story goes through, you kind of get to see a much larger story in this. And it's, yeah, you know they are going to connect, but you don't know how. The next book I read was Ice Massacre, and in this one basically we are following these people on this island, and every year they send out a group of boys who is going to fight against mermaids because they are taking over the ocean. And basically what happens is that they need to go out because they need fish. This year the island has decided to do something different, and it is to send girls out. So they have been training these girls for a long time, and now this crew of women is going to go out and fight the mermaids. So I give it 4 stars. It was really good, really interesting, and yeah, overall I really ended up enjoying this book. It did take a little time before I got into the book, but when I did, I really liked it. The next book I read was The X Talk, and this is basically about these 2 people. And basically she has worked at a radio station for 10 years, and he has like just gone out of college, and he is starting there too. But the radio station is struggling, so they decide to basically start this new show where 2 exes talk. And these 2 characters already have a banter, so they decided those are the ones that should have this podcast or radio. And basically they need to learn everything they can like with each other, because yeah, they are supposed to be exes. And you know, it's like this fake ex-ish thing. So I give it 4 stars. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, it was so good. And I just really can't wait to read more from Rachel Lynn Solomon and read more romances, to be honest. Then I read Autobiography, and this is about this guy, and he basically moves to this place where they are really religious, are the Mormons, I think they are. And basically he is bi, but now he's back in the closet again, and now he is liking this boy who is basically like this helper. I'm gonna call him a helper in the writer program that he is doing. So I gave 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I listened to the audiobook and it was overall really good. And yeah, there was like a few things I didn't like, but overall 4 stars is really good. Then I read Dead Man Walking, and in this one we are following Bea and Priest. And Priest is basically like the one that does all the killings in the Fallen Men club. And basically right now there is a serial killer on the loose, and all of a sudden he sets his eyes on Bea, and Priest basically just put himself in front of that because, yeah, you know, basically Bea has always liked Priest, so yeah. Then I read Luna and the Lie, and in this one we are following Luna, and she works at this like car paint shop, and basically she has kind of all these secrets, and one of them includes basically the one that pays her paycheck, which is rape. And yeah, it's a story between those two. I really enjoyed this. I was a little afraid because there are like some who don't like it. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. It's not my favorite book. It's definitely not my favorite Mariana Zapata book, but overall I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I just think that if you like these sweet guys, you're not going to like Rip. He is, I mean, Luna and Rip's relationship is not like the most sweet one, you know, because Rip is not the best guy, you know. But I really enjoyed it. I read like a lot of books with like a little toxic relationships. I wouldn't want one myself, but I have, you know, I liked it. I wouldn't be in one myself, but overall I enjoyed this book. That was all the books that I actually read for December, so it went pretty well. And yeah, I hope you liked this video, and I will see you next time for another one.